Actually, look at the cushion. It's a little bit scruffy. It is actually quite scruffy though, which is disappointing. This bunker isn't in great nick, unfortunately. Right, we're at Claux Amic, which is just above Grass. Beautiful golf course, walled. So wall all the way around. Lots of deer that we should see today when we're out. We're only playing 9 holes because that's all we've got time for before the light beats us. If you watched the last couple of videos that I've shot, which was the first time I played golf in 3 years and played at Saint-Denis, you will remember that the first 9 was rubbish and the back 9 was quite a bit better. So I'm going to try and build on that today with these 9 holes. So we're going to head off. So this tee shot is an interesting one. So up here, you can see straight ahead, this is a kind of dog leg round to the right. So in an ideal world, what you want to do is you want to play for that. So you just want to knock it up to the left hand side with a little bit of fade and get the ball turning over. So that's what I'm going to try and do just now. So the idea behind that is line the club up, aim slightly left, and then just get ready to hit a nice swing and hold it open. Just like that. So actually, look at the cushion. It's a little bit scruffy, which is a shame. I know we're in November, and so they're probably letting it grow a little bit, but it's a little bit scruffy. Anyway, this shot is slightly downhill lie, which means the ball's going to fly lower, and we've got a little bit of wind behind, but I don't want to hit this too hard. And all the trouble here is to the right, is to the front and to the right, so I want to be left and centre, and centre distance to back distance. So I think I have enough club to do that. And I got that a bit heavy, and that's going to be short. Get there. Oh, Justin, no more. Got a bit lucky there, pal. So we just managed to jump over the bunker, which was good. Which was lucky, I think, because it wasn't a great strike. But we're now in okay position, and it's close enough to the green that I can putt. The green looks pretty long, so it's going to just take a little bit. Actually, through the shadows, it's very difficult to see. Only from the left a bit. Well, pretty good pace, but it didn't come round. Great. Okay, that's a good start. That's a par. And we'll always take them. 16. Well, somewhere over there's a green. Can't see a thing because the sun's right in our eyes, so, but unless we kind of shield it, and I can see where it is. But it is pretty much straight ahead. So I'm gonna that felt a little bit right. I didn't see it, but it was a solid hit, so we're happy enough with that. Look, I broke my tee. So this is where I've ended up. I'm absolutely pin high, so I had the right club, which is good, and I struck it well, which is good, but I've now ended up in the bunker, and actually this bunker isn't in great nick, unfortunately, and it is brick hard, so I have no idea how this ball is going to come out. So I am there. I'm just going to get myself well and truly set. Oh, let's get myself in the right place, and I'm just going to try and come across the line and pop the thing up and let it run down towards the hole. That's the theory, but I don't know how hard packed this is, so this might be bad. Wasn't that bad? Stay there. Still got it. And it wasn't that hard packed. happily. Nice. Not too bad. That's a good bunker shot. Thing about bunker shots is you just got to remember to hit behind the ball so you're not thinking about the ball, and follow through. Don't jag it in the sand. Just make sure you come through. And the higher you allow yourself to come through, the higher the ball will land. The higher the ball will leave the club face. This hole, 12th at Claux, is a dog leg round to the left. Not a severe dog leg, it's just, but everything on the ground from memory falls down to the right. So this is one where you want to keep it as tight to these trays as you dare. And I don't dare that much on this one, so I intend to just knock it down there and accept that I'm going to be down on the lower end when I'm hitting my next shot in. That's actually going to be perfect, absolutely perfect. It was left, more left than I wanted to hit it, but that's a great drive. So here's where we've ended up, actually slightly further left than I thought, but I thought it would come down at the middle, but anyway, still in good shape. So we've now just got a pitch really up to the green, so I'm going to just go and play that now. Not great, not great. So actually, when all said and done, this worked out better than I thought. I knew everything ran down to the right, so it's okay. So the interesting thing about this shot is where it's ended up, because I pitched up over there, but we're on a pretty severe slope here. So the ball has come in and come down. It actually wasn't as good a shot as the outcome has ended up with, but still. Yeah, I went past it too hard. Don't mind that though. Oh, that's another par, that's 3. So this is one of these holes. If you look here, you look ahead, you've got big water in front of the, you know that you can really see it unless you're on your tippy toes, but you know it's there. And then you've got the green. The green looks like it's running from right to left, high at the back right and low at the bottom left. And it's a reasonably long shot, made to feel longer because we're into the wind. So there's a couple of ways you can play this hole. You can either jump all over a sort of mid-iron, because it's about 180 yards roughly from here to the middle of the green, or front of the green, I'm guessing. Or you can go with something that's a bit easier to hit and a bit, you know, give yourself a bit more play, and that's what I tend to do. So I've got here a little hybrid club. It's a little hybrid 5, which is like probably, it's the equivalent of maybe a 3 or a 4 iron, probably, but it just allows you to nudge it forward. It's an easier hit and you can swing a bit easier at it, so you're more likely to get it going in the right direction. So that's my thinking, and we'll see. I've got a feeling that was a pretty good shot. Didn't see where it ended up, but it was on the right direction. It was a good strike, so we'll see where we get down there. Now, this is actually, I'm kind of disappointed in this, because when I was watching this for the tee shot, it looked like it was tracking the flag, but it's just gone through a little bit, and I've now got this really sneaky putt that's just, it feels like it's really fast. Okay, right. Yeah, it's not worth saying anything. Okay. So that's a 3-pot bogey. And it was actually a good tee shot. It was a really good tee shot, but the wrong side of the flag. That was a lot quicker than I thought. And then that travesty there at the end is like no good. One of the great things about this golf course is you're so high up. You're high above grass, but you're also high above Cannes, which is right down the coast, which is what you're looking at now. You're looking at the Lerins Islands. They're sat there, which is, yeah, very lucky. Lovely place. This hole's a par 5, and it looks kind of straight away, but it actually sweeps around to the right, so we're just going to bang it up the right hand side. It is actually quite scruffy though, which is disappointing. I'm really sorry about that, because when this looks fantastic, when this looks in good nick, it's absolutely fantastic golf course. Nice. Nice. This time of year, what you get is leaves everywhere off a course like this, and so we got lucky actually, because actually if our ball had been sat somewhere else, you might not have found it. Anyway, let's see, it's a country mile, so let's just nudge it up in the general direction and leave ourselves a pitch for the next. The ball's slightly above my feet, so I'm gripping down the shaft just a little bit to compensate for that. And then I'm feeling that the ball always, when it's above your feet, wants to turn over that way, and so you got to kind of either play for that or fight that. So I'm going to just fight that here. It's fine. So the plan here is pretty straightforward. This is just like a regular kind of pitch. Now you're playing a lot of golf and you start to feel golf. This becomes one of these shots that you know you take it back here and you come through at a certain pace and you'll get there. I'm still finding my way, so I'm just going to try. It's the fat of the green for me as opposed to taking dead aim at the pin, and just try to give myself a chance for a putt for birdie. Yeah, so decent enough shot, but not far enough. So on the green, but not close. So this ended up being the line that I wanted it, but because it's a feel shot, not a full shot, I've ended up being a little bit further back. So I've got a longer putt than I had anticipated. Oh. Well, I didn't see that break. Oh, that's a good putt. I was springing my step with that one, pal. So this is another really nice hole. A lot of the holes in this course dogleg, so you've got to think your way around. And this one is a dogleg left. Nothing really runs, so it's just straight away and give yourself a shot over. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Oh, that's nice. Stay there. Yep. Yeah. That was a nice hit. This is where we ended up. We've run slightly off the fairway, although to be honest, fairway's a very loose term today. This is not in good nick. So, ball's below my feet, so the tendency is for the ball to do that. So we're going to aim it left of the flag and just allow it to drift a little. Oh. Gosh, that was rubbish. Okay, we move on. So that's one of these horrible shots that I just hit there. I haven't hit too many in the last little while, but anyway, I've ended up, I'll be nowhere near where I intended. I was aiming for the left hand side of the green and I've ended up sticking it right here because I sort of cut a horrible shot. Anyway, good chip, good putt. We walk away with a par. So this is where I ended up, which is rubbish. Now it was a simple shot. This kind of pitch where you're below the level of green and you're pitching up onto a green. The green doesn't really run away from me, but it doesn't do much. The idea here is that you have to get the easiest shot is to put some loft in it. There's nothing overhead that's going to get in the way. So I'm just going to give it a nice gentle, almost like a bunker shot, but I'm going to nip the bottom of the ball. That's pretty decent. Oh dear. Oh, that was a bogey out of nothing. Gosh, that's disappointing. Anyway, that's me. So we've played 6 holes so far, have we? So it's getting cold because it's late in the afternoon. And that's 4 pars and 2 bogeys. So we're going to try and finish strong the last 3 holes, see how we go. Oh, okay. So this is another big dog leg hole. This one's a sort of 90-degree one, so we're just swinging it right the way around. If you're brave, you can take it over the top of these trees, but there's no real advantage other than being on a downslope. I prefer to be at the top here, maybe slightly down, but it gives me a longer shot, but a flatter shot, just easier. Pretty much fine. So the problem here is at the back of the green. It's all the water. So your tendency here is to play this in such a way that you end up being short at the flag rather than at the flag. If I'm beyond the flag, it's a mistake. I don't know where that ended up.
On the green.
Hmm?
On the green.
It's on the green.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's on the green. Oh, so one thing you should always do is repair your pitch marks and make it look like you've never been there. That's the best I can do. Right, so that was a slight push, but distance perfect. So this putt breaks from the right to the left. Come back round. Not great. Oh, a nice par. So this, again, this feels like courses that I used to play on in Scotland, not in the Riviera. This is like, it's a little bit scruffy this time of year, whereas I remember playing here last 3-4 years ago probably, at this time of year, and it was lovely. It was really nice. Anyway. Well, I think that's pretty close to where the no cart sign is, so we should be all right. Don't know what I'm thinking of doing, hoiking the thing like that away around to the left, but it's on the green. Oh, that's so annoying. So annoying. Still. God, I thought that one was just going to drop in there. Really? Well, this hole is straight away. It's just a long par 5, last hole, 18th. Wait for the bell, it says, but there's nobody in front of us because it's freezing. So I'm just going to bash on. 2 blows and a pitch. That's the idea. Beautiful. Are you coming down? A bit left, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Right, last full shot of the round. Where is it? I might take one more club, I think. That's a nice strike. Well, I hit it where I wanted to, so can't see where it's ended up, but go on. Oh, hello. Oh, no. That's robbery. And it decided to speed up when it came out as well. Well, so that's those 9 holes at Claux Amic done. What's the good things? The good things were 7 pars. 2 bogeys were actually all short game bogeys, so I don't mind. I know I'll sharpen that up. Generally swinging a lot better, doing okay. Course wasn't in great nick, which is a shame. But the key thing I want to say is if you enjoyed this format, so you like the idea of me talking through the shots before I actually hit them and then hitting them, then that's part of something that, in my mind, I call decisions, not distance. So if you're an experienced golfer, it's a kind way of saying you're old, if you're an experienced golfer, like I am, then you realise that you can't thrash it the way you used to 20, 30 years ago. So decisions are much more important than distance nowadays. So if you haven't already, if you've come across this through some of our shorts and you like the look of them, then please subscribe. It means the world to us if you do that. And we will promise you, hopefully entertaining, and hopefully you might learn a little bit on the way as well. So till next time, we'll see you then.